Hello, fellow instructor. I am your handy-dandy course developer going to take you through a quick walk of EDUU 625. I hope you love it. There is a video built in for your initial announcement. You can go ahead and mess with it, but please leave it up. It's a great video. You can build your welcome around it, or you can just leave it there as a general, hey guys, take a look at this. It's whatever you want, but please do leave that video there for their first introduction to the course. There's nothing exciting in Start here. Let's go into course information. So indeed, there's the place for you to put your bio and your Adobe Connect Classroom link. There's the syllabus for the students in PDF form. Here is the PDF of Course at a Glance. It is very transparent that they're expected to work 10 to 14 hours a week. I continuously remind them to chunk it out. I beg you to do the same. In 624, the course before this, I designed everything to be 10 to 14 hours, and the students have told me that is very accurate. So if anybody's complaining that it's taking them 15 to 20 hours a week, they're doing something wrong. This truly is designed to be 10 to 14 hours. There are 3 synchronous meetings in this course: at the end of week 1, at the end of week 3, and then at the end of the whole term, week 8. It does say at the end of the weeks, which means Sunday. If you want to change that, please make sure you're consistent about changing that throughout the course. Each one of these weeks, week 1, week 3, and week 8, there is a sign-up wiki inside the week where you can put the times and dates as well. I always offer 2 times that the students can come to the meetings. It tends to work out really well. It's pretty rare I have someone miss because they have the 2 options, usually an AM or a PM. It's your call. I'm just telling you what I'd recommend. There is the late work policy. It's up to you if you want to change it. I would highly recommend you not, but that's your call. Here is the threaded discussion rubric. Here is the blog rubric. Now, I do fill these out for the students at least the first 3 or 4 weeks. They should be very used to these because they're the exact same rubrics that they had in EDU 624. Here are the point breakouts and how everything plays out. The assessed, graded work for the various weeks. So this is pretty clear. All right. Nothing else new and exciting there. You, of course, inside Instructor Resources, have the doc version for all of these rubrics, all these documents. Notes, this is where the video is going to go. There's the doc of the Assurance of Learning. Please go through it. Please go through it. This is a dense course. It's really cool. It's really fun, but it is dense. You're going to want to be on top of it. There's only 1 book for this course, and it's a pretty easy read. It's in the syllabus, and it's mentioned throughout the weeks where we talk about this week's reading is. I think you'll enjoy that book. Here's the syllabus and the Course at a Glance doc version. Notice on the rubrics, there's a live presentation rubric. The students need to fill this out and send them to you, and the grade that students actually get for their live presentation should be the average of what they get. There's the signature assignment rubric for you to complete. There's the midterm rubric. There is a paper in week 2. There's the rubric for that. There's, of course, your blog and your threaded discussion. So let's quickly take a look at our weeks. Okay, blogs. I'm sorry. Let's start with blogs. This is a continuation. They should input the URL from the blogs they used last term. So it shouldn't be a big deal building them, and they all know how to put them in. Alright, so they'll just put them in there, and then every week when you go to assess it, you can click right off this link and then go and assess their blog. So the blog is a running grade. If we were to jump quickly over to the Grade Center, it is a running total So, Bluggy, Bluggy, oh Bluggy, 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 I made you out of clay. Where is it? Hang on, it's here. There it is, blog. It's a running total, okay? So what I do is every week I simply click Edit Grade and then literally add in, hey, another 6 points this week, and I embed the rubric in there as well. You can do it when you get the toolbar. There's the click inside the toolbar, the little paper clip. And so they actually have one grade box for the whole of their blog that has all 8 of their rubrics. Students have told me they actually like that. It helps them stay organized. So in week 1, learning activities, assignments, whenever, like I said, in weeks 1, weeks 3, and week 8, you have a live meeting, so please make sure you put the time and the date inside. There's always a place for that. Learning activities. There's always an overview. I usually have a video or a podcast or something to kind of set the tone for the week. In week 1, they're supposed to do this self-assessment twice. Don't even worry about grading it. You'll be able to see if they've done it or not. Just give them the 5 points for doing it. And then there is the wiki to sign up for the live synchronous meeting. Like I said, I usually give them 2 times. And then here is most weeks, almost every week except for I think weeks 8 and week 4, they have a wiki activity. Alright. There's a lot of information in this course. Like I said, it's incredibly dense. Alright, from here on out, you'll pretty much get the flow. There's a wiki activity, like I said, in every single week except for weeks 4 when they have a midterm and 8 when they're turning in their signature assignment. Okay, so they do have a paper. There's only one paper due this whole course. They're playing with new tools. This, they're going to be using Jing, which if you haven't played with it before, it's a free online tool. Download. It'll take you 20 minutes. And inside, I never give students an assignment without some kind of video or PowerPoint to walk them through how to do it. So you'll get a sense that there's always something to do. It's never just read. It's read and then do something with what you've read. So here, if you want to play with Jing itself, and then I made a couple sample videos so students can see how it works. Okay. Da, 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 da. 3, where you have your second live meeting. Da, 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 da. See, like I said, inside there's the sign up. There's a very cool activity this week in the wiki about helping design a virtual field trip using Universal Learning by Design. Alright, there's our virtual field trip. There's the sign up for your wiki. And I know I am rushing through this, but I don't want to keep you all hours of the day and night. And I do want to mention that, unless specifically noted, all work this week is due by the close of the week, Sunday night. That is a consistent message. Oh, hang on, let's fix that while we're standing here talking about it. Sunday night. Period. Fixed. If you find any ridiculous flubs like that, please shoot an email to me, the course developer, kgreen, Greene, kgreen at Bramman.edu, or let your CII instructional designer know. But so anytime there is a Dropbox, it's always in the assignments folder. Wiki work usually takes place in learning activities, Dropboxes, threaded discussions, and there's another self-assessment here. Well, look at that. Boy, it's a good thing we're doing this. Properties. Well, if you didn't know how to do this, now you are. We're going to fix this right now. Go into Properties and fix that typo. It's a good thing we're doing this. Complete this self-assessment twice this week. All right, and if there's any problems, again, any problems with any of this stuff, please contact your instructional designer. There shouldn't be. I mean, between you and me, the occasional typo, yeah, it's embarrassing, and you can fix it on your end and then let the instructional designer know so he or she can fix it in the master. But this course has been built pretty solidly. There shouldn't be any problems. And if there are, please, again, let your instructional designer know right away so he or she and I can get on top of them and get them fixed. Again, learning activities. In week number 4, when they have their midterm, we are specifically talking about plagiarism and cheating. So you can be incredibly transparent about why you do what you do, why we do what we do, right? Sunday night. First post for all threaded discussions is due by Wednesday night. I usually send out a reminder Wednesday morning. It's not a huge ding if they're late, because this is both a master's class and a certificate program. But, you know, they do lose a couple of points, so it is what it is. It's their choice. Again, learning activities. In week 4, they are introduced to the signature assignment of this course. Like I said, I always try to have in a video to kind of set the tone. Resources they're using this week. This focused exploration of the Khan Academy really sets the tone and prepares them for what they're going to do in their midterm. And the midterm is inside the assessments folder. This is the activities folder. So here's the introduction to the signature assignment. Please do watch this video. They are working on their portfolio. They're doing one chunk of the portfolio that will be eventually filled out by the time all 4 classes are done. In the first class, they did not do anything in the portfolio itself. They did something outside that they will, in the next class, bring into the portfolio. But it's all here. It's based upon the INACOL standards. All right, and if anybody has any questions, it does show them in the video how to get their portfolio going, but also the information is in text. There is the rubric in PDF form. All right, now in week 5, notice we have an area called SIG Central. By week 5, in week 5, they need to pick a partner, and they will be working with this partner on their SIG assignment for the rest of the course. There's 2 charts they need to sign in on. Right? Couldn't be more blatant. There are 2 charts. First is to grab their own individual page that they can use as a repository and easily show their partner the stuff they're working on. And then chart 2 is where they'll sign up with a partner. Now, if you have to have a group of 3, it's not going to hurt anything. Just let them sign up together as a group of 3. They will be, for the rest of the term, weeks 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, there is time built in for them to be working on these demonstrations of mastery, because it's quite huge. It is quite huge. All right. One more thing in week 4. I do want to go back and point out the midterm. It's inside assignments. Midterm. Da 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 da. Midterm. Da, 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 da. Okay, there's the Dropbox, and here is the actual assignment. The midterm is a Prezi presentation they create for a very specific audience. They should plan on spending 4 hours. Now, unlike 624, in 624 they had a timed midterm. I'm not timing this. Please do remind them, though, they shouldn't be spending more than 4 hours on this. They've already got the exploration time, well, it's earlier. They've already got the exploration time of the Khan Academy under their belt. That doesn't count in this 4 hours. This 4 hours is on them specifically building their midterm. All right? They are crafting a presentation for a specific audience. So it's very understanding by design. A goal, a role, the whole 9 yards. And a task to complete. So the artifact is that they will be submitting a PDF of a Prezi they're going to make, and they learned how to make Prezis, and they did several of them in the previous class, so that shouldn't be an issue. 6 to 10 slides in total. When they submit it, now they're going to be using Screencast-O-Matic. This is why in week 3 there's several notes that say in the live meeting, number 1, take some time to have the students do breakout groups where they share their papers from week 2 and get specific feedback. And when you are wrapping up the course, please go to do a screen share, show them Screencast-O-Matic, and show them how easy it is to make a video and upload it to YouTube. Which means I'm asking you, please take a little time before the course opens and play with Screencast-O-Matic.com. You will love it. I guarantee you it's a resource you're going to want to use. So you introduce it to them in week 3. They're going to use it in week 4. All right, there's the rubric for the midterm. And I also built this video to walk them through because they are supposed to embed 2 videos into their midterm, which is why when they turn the midterm in, they're asked to please submit the PDF into the Dropbox so you actually have an artifact, but to also give you the URL of their Prezi in the comment section so you can go in and watch those videos. Alright, there's the blog prompt, there's our week 4 discussion. 5, 6, and 7 are very parallel. There's a threaded discussion, there's the blog, and there's a wiki activity. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty nice and clean because that's when they're also supposed to be working on their signature assignments. Now, when we get to week 8, okay, so again, synchronous meeting in week 8. Now, inside the learning activities is the sign up. Got it? The sign up. Once again, you can put the time and dates in there. And I will finish filling out the overview for week 8. It's the last thing I have to do. I've been waiting for a video to render. Sorry about that. So live meeting, go in to what time it's going to be. They all need to do a presentation in your live meeting of their portfolio, but not the whole portfolio because that would take forever. So they need to open. They're really only going to show one section. But they need to open by sharing and explaining the content of, there's an intro page for 625. There's an introduction to the whole of the portfolio, but they're not supposed to do that. But there's one specific page that says EDUU 625, and that's where they're supposed to give their reflection of this particular course. So they should open with that and explain why what they put there is meaningful, is relevant, and that's all in the rubric. Then they're going to share only one of the INACOL standards. This course is built upon E through I, but they only have 8 to 10 minutes, so they're only going to present one of the standards. But they need to present it very well. Again, go back to what the rubric expects. And then they need to close with a reflective statement that demonstrates their affective, behavioral, and cognitive engagement throughout this term. And again, the rubric, what are we looking for in that? So this should ensure that the presentations don't go on 8 to 10 minutes. You can cut people off if you have to. But they're really only showing one artifact, one INACOL standard. I believe there's one standard that has 2 artifacts, but I did this purposefully. They're supposed to pick their strongest one, which again will give us an idea of self-assessment. Okay, each student who is present needs to fill out this rubric and email it to you. The grade that the students get for the final presentation, they get 10 points for attending. I know, but I can't help myself. But then there's also another 12 points possible for this presentation. So use the scores, average the scores that they get from their peers, and that's the score they get. And then copy and paste the comments that their peers make for them on their rubrics. Copy those comments, and then you can either put them in the grade book or you can send it to the students in email, but please make sure it's anonymous. Don't let them know who said what. All right. One last thing in week 8. Alright, so the threaded discussion for week 8 is a little complicated. There's a video I made to help explain it. It'll be here. It's rendering as we speak. Video takes a long time. But it's really important that they do this and they go completely through these steps. Please, I'm asking you to really take your time with this one because it's very important. Universal design for learning and ADA accommodations, 508 issues with designing online learning. It's complicated because every 15 minutes there's a new tool and then there's a new problem with how the tool is working or not working. So it puts us teachers in a real bind. So please do look at this. This is really, really good stuff. All right, here's our blog prompt. This is self-assessment. Again, more information about the signature assignment. Now, as you know, they upload their signature assignment inside LiveText. It's built inside LiveText. They submit it inside LiveText. But there is a spot in the Grade Center for you to input those grades so you get the full total. The full total of this course is 550 points. I know, I like points. Doesn't cost me anything to give them points, make them feel good. So, again, there's SIG Central, discussion board, your virtual office. Please put your information in there. And in week 7, you will need to build a separate Adobe Connect room where the default is you make everyone who comes in a presenter and just leave that open for the students. Because as a presenter, they can turn on the audio and they can share their screens. And you know what? Some of them may not even want to turn on the audio. They may be talking on the phone. But this way they can share their screens and share each other's portfolios and give each other feedback. That is that, my friend. If you do have any questions, please, 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 you are welcome to email me, kgreene@brandman.edu. That's me, Kimberly Green. And thank you so, so much for all that you do for our students and the whole of your experience and your professionalism that you bring to this course. I know it's dense, but it's really cool. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.